So me, my brother, and hopefully Israel Fire collaborated together to create the ultimate recreation of Roblox doors in Minecraft. My brother created the map. So this is the Roblox map that my brother made. As you can see, this is the lobby and we have the rooms for the different amount of players, that how many players can play in. And if you go here, we still haven't done the command blocks. I'm hoping Kids Fire is going to do that. I really hope so, because last time when I talked to him about this, he kind of got scared and he never really replied to me after that. But I hope when we make the entire map, he will be convinced. So as you guys can see, this thing over here is huge. He was building this for months, like literally took him so long time to build. As you guys can see, this was such a hard work for him to do, and he really put a lot of effort for this. Now I see over here that is the Seek Chase, so I'm gonna jump over here and check it out, how it's gonna look like. Let's check it out. So we go here. I'm gonna be closing the doors behind me so I don't break anything. And you can see the environment. We will have to change the texture of the blocks. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know why he put... oh yeah, the flashing lights. Yeah, that's right. We'll probably have to do this with command blocks, the flashing lights, because with these things it's kind of not cool. Okay, why are you... oh yeah, wait, I thought this was gonna be the sea chase. Wait, is it?
A few moments later.
Sadly we can't review this together because he's grounded, so I'm unsure what exactly is going on right now, but I'm pretty sure over there had to be a sea chase, but for some reason it didn't have... oh wait, I think I'm going backwards. Wait. Oh, I was going... wait, what? I was actually going backward. Oh, that's why the door was... I was going backwards the entire time. I'm an idiot. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so we're about to see how the Seek Chase is gonna look like. So basically you step here, turn around, and yeah, so I will have to texture this illager into being the Seek. So yeah, we will have to do that. And yeah, we also have to do it with command blocks, because as the illagers step, more and more illagers are just gonna be spawning, so we don't want this to happen. And yeah, now the Seek Chase starts and we go. And there's the room with the fire. Well, of course we can't make moving arms, that's gonna be impossible, but we can do something. If you touch the arms you get insta-killed or something like that. We can do. Now this is the outside. The statue, whoa, he made the statue really good actually. That's so nice. Whoa. And he built the outside pretty nice. That's actually, yeah, that's really nice design. I don't know if there are trees in the original Roblox, but that looks pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure he made... yeah, these are the traps over here. Now I don't know if this is gonna be the best idea to do with arrows, but maybe we can leave it like that. That's a pretty good idea. And here we make it up to door 100. So this is how he made it. These are the flashing lights, and this is the room that the figure comes out from. Oh, he's got his watch my tutorials on the warden in summons. Oops, I didn't mean to do that actually. Oh, there he is. I don't know if he's gonna chase you. Yeah, he's actually gonna hear this. So yeah, he also did some pretty good redstone. So yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty... he made it really good. Oh, and I almost forgot to give a look on the library. So this is how we're gonna get the books. I don't know if that's the best option, but honestly I can't think out of anything else. And he came up with this idea, so I think we're gonna be keeping the books like that. They're kind of easy to find, but you know, I think it might still be challenging if if because of the warden effect you get blindness on, and I think it might still be challenging to find the books. And here we have the code. You have to enter the right code in order to open the door. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Oh, and also room number 1, of course. We have here the reception. You probably have to make it so you have to crouch to get through that. I don't know if it works in Bedrock, by the way. I have no idea. It should work. Yeah, but wait, where's the... Oh, there's the key, so he put it here. Okay, so yeah, that's just a brief overlook of how the map is going to look like. You guys are gonna explore it as much as you want after we release it. But yeah, my brother worked really hard for this. Now it's my turn. So my job is to make the 3D models and the textures, but there's one little problem. I have no idea how to do that. That's why it was time to start watching some tutorials. I really wanted to use Blender since it's a program I've been using for a while and I really like it, but I had no idea how to use it for Minecraft add-ons. And there were literally 0 tutorials on YouTube for that. That's why I'll be using Blockbench. Now when I opened Blockbench, I had no idea what I was doing. I was too lazy to watch tutorials, so I just started clicking some random stuff, trying to figure out what to do. I understood how to add a cube, but that was actually it all. I actually wanted a plane, so I had to ask ChatGPT for some help, and it told me how to make my plane, but for later on, I had to take my time to watch some tutorials.
A few moments later.
Just somehow, I actually managed to add my rush texture. I have no idea how I figured that out by my own, but I was proud. But then, I figured out I need an entirely new software called Snowstorm to make the particles, which meant to spend more hours learning a completely new software. I tried without watching tutorials, but man, this one was hard. Thankfully, I managed to find 2 very good tutorials, both of which were quite long, especially the second one. But they really helped me to understand how the software works and how to create the proper particles for Minecraft Bedrock. And finally, after a lot of settings adjustment, I finally managed to make the particles suitable for Rush. Now, importing them into Blockbench was a bit tricky because the export had to be a JSON code file, and after encountering a lot of obstacles, at the end I finally managed to put them inside of Blockbench. And this was the easy part. Now the real hard part begins. Coding this inside of Minecraft Bedrock. Now, I hate coding. I tried it, I studied it, didn't learn anything, and I absolutely loathe it. But as much as I'm trying to escape from it, the more it starts to chase me. So now, I have to face it like a man, and I will code this thing into Minecraft. The program I'll be using for this is Bridge, just because most of the tutorials are using this one. So I started. I followed along tutorials and tried to understand what I was doing. I was ready with my first code in JavaScript. Now let's see if it actually works. I created the file as an MC addon and opened it to import it into Minecraft Bedrock. Oh yeah, that's because I tried to add it previously. So I just deleted the files, it wasn't a big problem. But I kind of stopped the video before I show if it actually works. But spoiler alert, it didn't. I knew with my coding skills I wouldn't go anywhere, so I had to look at the codes from already made packs by other people. I found this addon made by Yuri Gazu, big shoutouts to him for this pack, and I used the only thing I learned from this process, and it was to rename the MC addon to zip, and it shows all the folders and codes the person used to create the mod. I was able to find the code for Rush, and I looked at it, I looked at it, and I understood that I don't understand a thing. So I just copy pasted the code. And well, it turned out I can't even do that, because it had some errors that I spent a couple of hours fixing. When I was done, I went to Minecraft to check if the pack was working, and it did! I was super happy. Now I just had to add the particle effects. However, that didn't happen. I mean, I was actually pretty close. I was able to make the particles appear in Minecraft. The first time they were blue, but I managed to fix them using Photoshop and they became black. However, I could not attach them into Rush. I tried all that I could. I followed a 1-hour tutorial on YouTube, but it just didn't work. However, I think there is a way to make particles appear from a mob using command blocks, so I will count on its fire for that. The next guy in my list was Ambush, who was exactly like Rush, just without the particles and some more adjustments in the speed, so I was able to make him quickly. Now the next one was really challenging. I wanted to make the eyes in Minecraft, and the problem with that was that there isn't a mob in Minecraft that is like them. This meant that I had to code an entire different mob in Minecraft. Firstly, I tried combining the codes from the Enderman with the codes of the skeleton and doing some adjustments on them, and it actually worked, well, kind of. The problem was when I looked at the eyes, they just wouldn't stop shooting arrows at me. I searched for a way to make it so that they can stop when I stop looking at them, but the codes I typed just didn't seem to work very well when trying to make two mobs into one. Thankfully, I was able to find another Doors addon, better than the one I already had, and it had almost made the perfect eyes. Again, shoutouts to the creator, Icy, for making it. But I wanted the reach of the hitting to be even bigger, so in Mines I changed the multiplier reach value to 100, and now this was the perfect time mob in Minecraft. The only problem for me is that the cooltime didn't work. I really have no clue why, but this made it having a delay when I look the eyes and when I get hit. But I don't think that's this big of a problem, so we can get over with that. Now the next one I decided to make was a big pain in the ass, because I wanted to make Zeke. And the problem with Zeke was that he has a spawn animation, and this spawn animation I just had no idea how to add into Minecraft. But that didn't mean I would give up. I went to Blockbench and chose the mob to be displayed as an Enderman and the behavior to be as an illager. And I started modeling it and retexturing it. I was finally in my C's and finally felt enjoyment in this process. At the end, this is what it looked like, but I didn't like the eye, so I tried to fix it with my modeling skill, and it didn't really work, so I just gave it to my brother and he fixed it with his art skills. After I made it, it was time to add it into Minecraft. Now thankfully Blockbench has an option to add your model straight into Minecraft with all the animations and stuff without having to do coding, but if I wanted to combine this with my other mobs, then I had to take the code from the mob and add it into my pack folder. And this is where it got kinda glitchy. Firstly, I removed the things from the Vindicator that I don't need. And I also changed some values to my likings. And when I tried to add the mob into Minecraft, it didn't work. After doing some stuff that I didn't know how works, at the end I actually managed to display the mob into Minecraft after one entire day of coding. But I noticed he didn't follow me when I got too far away from him, so I decided to now make him with a zombie behavior, because zombies can follow you on a long range. And it actually worked! But he couldn't get across doors. Thankfully it was an easy fix, I just changed his collision box and then he could. Then it was time to make the spawning animation. And this, my friends, was when my brain totally crashed. I was really proud of my animation, but I had no idea how to add it into Minecraft. I just stood there, looking at the code and telling to myself, why did I even get into this? So after one day of trying to figure out how to add the animation, I just gave up. And I just added the model with the animation from Yuri Gazo's addon, which wasn't actually very easy. I encountered a lot of bugs and errors while doing that, but I eventually managed to do it. I also changed the spawn animation a bit and changed some of the code stuff. Please don't sue me, I give full credits to the creator of that model. But you know, I felt kinda bad for doing this. That's why I will try to recreate the figure all by myself. No copy pasting codes and no taking other models. I will do it all by myself. For the figure I used the warden's behavior. Firstly I used his looks, but then I thought it would be better to make him look like a skeleton with warden's behavior and model him and retexture him. Now because the sick model I used was very advanced, I had to make this one advanced too. I couldn't just use the default Minecraft walking. It was just gonna be both of them, it was just gonna be too big of a difference. That's why I worked on creating bones in my model for better movement and doing some animations for walking and staying idle. To export the animation the correct way, I tried using some block bench features, but I just couldn't figure out how to work with them. So I just used the regular coding method, which was honestly a lot of work since I had no idea what I was doing and I really couldn't get it to work in Minecraft. But after watching tutorials and having some useless help from ChatGPT, at the end I finally managed to get him move and behave just as I wanted. Now from time to time his movement was glitching a bit, but guys, I'm still a noob, so please don't sue me for that. And the figure is also my first ever mob to model, animate and put into Minecraft all by myself without copying other people's codes. So if you're asking me, I feel proud. Next up, I decided to try something easier, so I went for Jack. He was super easy to make since he just stays still and does nothing. Then I tried to make Jeff. Now I was kind of confused how to make him exactly because of his design, but at the end I decided to make him have a villager behavior so we can trade with him and to look like a slime, since the only thing you can see from Jeff is the head, so I don't need to make anything else. I experienced some weird bugs when making him, because when I create him straight from Blockbench, he is massive, but when I put him inside my files, he becomes small. I had no idea what on earth was going on, so I just decided to leave him small before I break it completely. As for the custom traits, we'll do them later. However, the easy stuff is over here, because now I'm about to code a mob which behavior is not like any other in Minecraft. And this mob is Screech. Now I'm sorry, but I seriously haven't got a single clue how this thing is possible to be created in Minecraft. So I just copy pasted the code and model of Icy. Shoutouts to him as well for that. After copy pasting codes for a while, I managed to create Screech in Minecraft. But the jump scares couldn't be created for some reason, so Screech will be without a jump scare in our map. I'm sorry, but I really have no idea how to do it. Next up is Dupe. Now, he was also the one that I wondered for a while how exactly to do. I was thinking a lot because I know there will be scared babies that won't dare to get close to the wrong door and they will try to open it from distance. This meant that Dupe wouldn't be able to hurt them, so I had to think of a way for him to be able to hit them even when they are away from him. At first I thought to use the code from the ice, but that didn't really work quite well with Dupe. So after bumping my head into the wall for a while, I think I managed to figure it out. For Dupe I used the zombie code, and I changed the movement speed of Dupe to a crazy high value. On this way, when they open the door from a distance, Dupe will hit them and make them a nice jump scare. Perfect. There was only one more entity left, and this was Timothy. Now Timothy was another mob that I had no idea how to make. At first I was thinking to change the texture blur of the pumpkin. However, I remembered that its fire is going to need the pumpkin blur to be able to make the flashing light effect. So I tried coding an entirely new pumpkin head into Minecraft. Sadly, it wasn't long until I realized that this was impossible. So I tried modeling him and using the codes from IC to make the jump scare. Well, just the same like Screech, everything was working except the jump scare. But I was able to figure out that you can actually write him with right click, and that's how the jump scare will happen. I'm pretty sure its fire will be able to do it, so when you open a barrel to start writing Timothy. And with Timothy made, I was finally able to finish the mobs from Roblox Doors Hotel Plus update.
Wait, but what about...
Shut up! Next, I started making the items. Now because I wanted to finish with the hard stuff first, I decided to make the crucifix. And yes, you guessed it, I had no idea how to make it. So what I did was using Photoshop to make the item, then I put it into Bridge and of course used the codes from Yurigazo to make it working. However, there was a big problem, and it was that it didn't actually work. For some reason, Bridge couldn't find the texture and the item couldn't be displayed into Minecraft. However, then I figured out that you actually need to turn on experimental gameplay for the items to be displayed into Minecraft, so make sure this is done when playing the map. Now the item was in Minecraft, but the texture couldn't be found. I spent hours trying to figure out why on earth it wasn't working, until I finally managed to figure it out. Well, kind of. It was obvious that I couldn't make the crucifix as an item. That's why I decided to make it as a spawn egg, because the way the item worked was that it somehow summoned a mob called Crucifix Chain. But the problem was that I didn't know how an item was used to summon an entity. That's why I decided to do it the easy way, and I made the crucifix item to be a spawn egg. And now it was finally working. I'm very happy I was able to find my own way to make this. I can now say I didn't steal it. The next item I wanted to make was the flashlight. Now as I said, I'm going to leave it to its fire to make it produce light, but I still tried to code a working one as an addon so we can make the Timothy jump scare easier. But it was just a waste of time, so I just took the texture from Medical Duo 105 and leave the rest to Ryan. Then I made the lighter, which I drew by myself, and the rest of its making was the same as the flashlight. It was the same with the keys and with the lockpick. However, it wasn't so easy when I had to make the vitamins and the bandage. because I didn't know how to make custom potion add-ons into Minecraft, and there were no tutorials on YouTube for that. All of them were how to make custom potions using command blocks, and I don't want that. So I had to figure it out by my own. First, I tried copy pasting the codes from the Roblox add-ons I downloaded, but they didn't work. Then I asked ChatGPT for some help, and of course it didn't help me even a little bit. But after doing a lot of research, I actually managed to find an add-on for Minecraft Bedrock that adds custom potions into Minecraft. So I downloaded it and tried the codes from there. And this, my friends, was when the vitamins finally started working. Yes! Now that I have figured out how to make custom potions in Minecraft, it would be easy to make the bandages, right? Why are you giving me full health? Why aren't you giving me any health? Okay, maybe it wasn't so easy. It took me a while to find the problem, but I figured out that the code I'm using is for a potion that has an effect with duration, and the potion I was trying to make was an instant health potion. That's why it was making problems. So I decided to make it a regeneration potion, and after doing that I now had more control over the potion's behavior, and I managed to make it give me the health I wanted. After doing that, I was finally ready with adding all the mobs and items, and I was down to the last thing to do, and this was adding the sounds. To make these, I decided to use the ones from Icy's pack, just because they were put in the right format, because Minecraft is very specific with the format of the audio. After adding them in Bridge, it was time for the challenging part, which was to connect them with the mobs. Sadly, the way the codes were written was wrong for Bridge, so I had to watch some tutorials in order to fix them. After writing codes for a while, I decided to try how they are going to be in the game. And I saw they're a bit messed up. Six chase music started when he killed me. Jeff's shop music wasn't playing at all. Screech was screaming when I look at him, but his jump scare sound and the psst sound were kind of messed up. The jump scare sound of Jack wasn't playing. Ice whispers couldn't be heard. The steps of the figure and his jump scare sound were displayed, but his roar sound wasn't there. The crucifix also didn't have its sound. The rest were working fine, but I had to fix these ones. After looking at the code for a while, I noticed that the sounds were put completely out of their place. Like, how on earth does it even work properly in their packs when everything in the file is off? I just don't get it. And I do everything correct in mine and it still doesn't work. That just doesn't make sense. But after a while of working, I was able to fix them and the sounds in Minecraft were now displayed correctly. Now I needed to do one last thing. One final code to be completely ready with the add-on. And this is the code to make the custom trading table for Jeff. And yet again, there were no tutorials on YouTube for making villagers with custom trades with an add-on. Well, not with using Bridge specifically, only with command blocks. From the add-ons I downloaded, I saw that the people have a JSON file in the behavior pack called Jeff Trades. However, I didn't know how to make that type of file. At first, I tried to create a blank file in which I copy-pasted the code from the trading table, but when I went inside of Minecraft, it didn't work. But after looking at the files Bridge allows me to create, I found that there's literally an option called trading table. So I created that, copy-pasted the code there. I also changed the code of Jeff a little bit, and when I went inside of Minecraft, the custom trades of Jeff were now working. Well, everything except the crucifix. Sadly, Bridge didn't allow me to put custom eggs inside of the trading table, so even if I didn't want it, I had to make the crucifix as an item, not a spawn egg. Surprisingly, somehow this turned out to be a very easy task. It seemed like last time the problem I was facing was that I didn't name all the files in the correct way, and this is why the item couldn't connect with the entity. But now, by looking at the names of everything in a very detailed way, I managed to get it fixed. Don't worry, I also changed the texture, I didn't leave it to look like a flashlight. And with that done, I finished Jeff's shop. And with that, the entire add-on was complete. And this was my part of the project done. Now the only thing left to do is the command blocks. I really hope It's Ryan Fire is going to help us with this, because me and my brother put a lot of work into this and I don't want all of our work just to go to the trash. So It's Ryan Fire, please help us with the command blocks. And guys, if you want the Roblox map to be made completely, then go to It's Ryan Fire's channel and subscribe to him and comment in his comments to help us with the map so we can finally finish it. And now that my job is done, I can finally start working on my Minecraft animation Joygo Play versus Evil Rocket Plays. Okay, maybe I can organize my time. Okay, maybe not.